Greetings, everybody. Good to see you. Diane Thomas here. Hopefully, I can be heard and seen. I am happy to be here today. I am working a little differently tonight because we have a guest coming in. So I was told I'm live and looking to see if I see myself. Because I'm using StreamYard today. So we are going to see how this all works today. And hopefully, I'm coming through all right. So I am going to let this run and we are going um, to move through this today. So, um, let's see. Yeah,
So,
there we are. So I see myself. There we are. So we are good to go. All right, everybody. So once again, thanks for joining me for this evening's broadcast. We are in the performance coaching for empowered Black people space. And this is not like I'm necessarily going to do a countdown, but we are in our fourth, I think, week of these broadcasts. And so I'm hoping that they've been of value to you. I am excited to be at the space in my time in my life where I think I can do this in a way that I can use my life experiences as I'm coming to you and things that I've assessed and learned over the many years that I have been an adult and I have been in workplaces and I've been a part of families and groups and things. And there's just a lot that I think that um, I'm continuing to learn about myself and certainly hoping that that's going to be of value to you. So before I go any further, once again, I'm Diane Thomas. I'm an empowered Black woman. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother. I was a daughter. I'm a sister friend. I have a background in working and helping Black people. I love Black people and I want to see us elevate. And so I want to empower us through uh, of the frameworks that I'm using with my performance coaching and helping us to get to empowerment, to live purposeful lives while we are rejecting the constructs of Black excellence and Black exceptionalism. Go ahead and plug this in. So I'm in the space today in that um, in that capacity and wanting to bring the value that I can to you in understanding what is Black excellence. This was a experience I think that we have all had in these constructs that we are living under in this white supremacist society that we're in. And defining a construct essentially is basically somebody's opinion about how something is supposed to be with no empirical evidence to back up the why it is the way it is. But people usually within power who have power can create these things. And those of us who don't have power have to live up under them. So essentially, when I think of Black excellence and Black exceptionalism, it's a power dynamic between those who have it and those who don't. I personally, uh, again, consider myself an empowered person. So that's why I'm saying I'm in here coming into this space and bringing that energy to you, because if you don't have it already, you need to get it. And if you have it, that is great, because what I do then with people in that who are ready, Black people are ready to elevate, is to work with them as a certified high performance coach. And so I help them exercise that self determination to get to higher levels of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. Those are the five pillars of high performance. And that framework is what I work within to help us have more harmony within our lives, in our workplaces, and our relationships with other people. So I find that, at least for me, it fits so seamlessly with who I am and how I want to show up and be in the world. And I find that because of the way it's structured, we're able, as coaches, to help our clients guide themselves through what the next best thing for them to do and what their highest level of who they actually want to actualize themselves to be can help them get to. So that is the work that I do. I'm also a fundraising trainer, coach, and consultant in my other life. So, but those are the tenets, I think, for me, that I build all of the work that I do on is being taking personal responsibility for myself and what happens to me, being a lifelong learner, so always being curious about the world around me, and continuing to improve, to get better. I do not believe in mediocrity. I believe in, as we're alive and we're here, we need to be doing better by ourselves and other people. So that's where I see this space as the performance coaching for empowered Black people, because I'm able here to integrate those concepts of how we're going to eject Black excellence and Black exceptionalism and integrate them into the framework of certified high performance coaching. As I was, and I've been certified since 2015 and recertified, of course, a number of times. Within there, and it's always been it had been a challenge for me as to how I was going to bring those incredible concepts to my people, because they didn't just necessarily seamlessly integrate. They were a part, you had to be a part of the dominant society, I think, for the most part, for some of those things to apply, at least in the way that they were presented. Um, and there were some assumptions, I think, that were built into it. And so it's been a challenge for me to try to find out where can I fit in, where can I fit my people in. So I finally figured all of that out this summer and have been working every week to create videos, which you'll see on this YouTube channel, that address those specific things in the context of Black excellence and Black exceptionalism. I talk about clarity, I talk about energy, courage, productivity, and influence. So please take a moment to look at those videos, and I'd love to get your feedback on them. So what I wanted to go into really for today was assessing what you felt in terms of the topic. So we're looking at what's your plan to power through the holidays. And I don't think we often think about things that way, but essentially what we are looking to do is to make sure that we're able to keep up our energy, keep up our ability to be present with the people that we care about, and to do that in a way that we can come out at the other end of this period of time over the next 6 weeks or so, in a way that we're still intact and we haven't lost anything in the process, and we hopefully have gained some things. So I did a video some time back in terms of looking at how we were going to energize for the fight. So I said energize for the Black excellence, Black exceptionalism fight that we have, or that those of us who are choosing to take it on are going to do that. And so I don't remember the date exactly. I probably need to put the link in the description of this video so you can easily access it. But I wanted to revisit that at this time of year, because I think there were some good points of that really applied right now. So Essentially, when you think about power, you can think about it in various ways. When I think about it, at least in terms of us individually, and energy that equates to, we understand that we are power. We are generators of power. We don't necessarily have it within us, but we have to make it happen. We have to pull it from someplace. And so we need fuel to do that. We need fuel to exercise that power, experience that power in very healthy ways, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, so that we're able to get through these challenges that are a part of our daily life and the way that we show up. And so it's, I think, important now, specifically because we're adding the weight, quote unquote, of the holidays now, and that we're being tested in different types of ways, in terms of how we're able to generate this power. And because we're looking at expectations of others and maybe even ourselves, there is some fear and maybe even microaggressions that we have within family and friends, circles that we're in, and those things may pop up during the holidays, that we spend some time looking at or understanding maybe the role that Black excellence and Black exceptionalism is playing in that, and just really understanding, essentially, when I'm referencing this all the time, it's an invisible thread. It's an energy in and of itself that is affecting the way that we show up on a regular basis. And so it is challenging for us to feel that we have control a lot, because we are having to acquiesce to this unseen force. And so we do have to find ways that we're going to fortify ourselves against a lot of what we either may bring to situations, and then we get the blowback from it, or we're dealing with other people who are experiencing it and um, putting that energy on us. So I wanted to have this to be a space where, if there were some opportunities to share some strategies, you could do that. But essentially, what I wanted to really talk about was just understanding what these stresses are in terms of the holidays, and having an open dialogue, perhaps about some strategies that you use in terms of getting your mind, body, spirit, and your family intact, and making sure you keep them intact, so that there's no hard feelings or challenges at the end of all of this time that you have together. So, some ideas that I thought about in terms of recalibrating and bringing the power back into these spaces, and being empowered by being in these spaces as well. So, because it's an energy transfer, we can generate it, we're giving it out, and we're also receiving it. Is to understand for yourself what that self compassion is one of the ways that we can re-energize and recalibrate our power. We have control about what we expose ourselves to and how we are engaging in spaces. And so, first off, it's really understanding and knowing your limits, and understanding that it's okay to take a break. This time of year, maybe one or two people are taking on the brunt of the preparations and the brunt of the responsibilities to make sure that everybody's okay. And then, if it's you're ending up burning the candle at both ends, and you're exhausted. And that is not a place, clearly, for you to generate any energy or power through anything. So recognizing that you need to take the rest in when you are ready to do that. You also want to think in terms of the self-compassion, of reframing the way that you may be looking at things. It tends to be a time, again, where we are having maybe to be in spaces where with people that we either didn't talk to in a long time or maybe haven't gotten along with, and there may be some longstanding unresolved issues that are going on. I'm a person, because I mentioned one of the tenets I live my life by is personal responsibility, and so recognizing that I need to look at what my role is and whatever the issue is that's going on, and take a responsibility for how I'm showing up and the energy that I'm transferring and the things that I'm saying, and owning my part in whatever challenges may be going on is really important. Where did I contribute to the difficulty? So take that time with, if you haven't thought about it, to do that maybe before you go into these spaces where you know there may be some angst and some saltiness happening with the folks that you're around. Um, Also, self-compassion can look like avoidance, right? There's no, by no means am I saying for you to ignore very dysfunctional situations and put yourself in situations that may have been trauma um, inducing for you. So certainly if you feel the best thing for you to do is to avoid it, then it may be that you don't take that invitation to the holiday party, or you find some way to explain why you need to be absent. If that's something that you have to do to keep your mind and your spirit settled and at peace, then you need to protect yourself, protect your peace, as they say, protect yourself there. Um, but also that you may see that as a reason to maybe challenge. So if it's a situation where you continue to avoid maybe a topic of conversation that you know is going to come up around the dinner table, Thanksgiving dinner or holiday dinner table, or there's some maybe because it's unresolved and because maybe you feel, let's say it's some sort of misunderstanding, and you may just be like, I just really, really don't want to deal with this. I don't even really want to think about it. But if you're thinking about elevating and getting to the next level of who you are as an empowered person, you don't necessarily want to go into spaces where you are going to be in avoidance. So it's really important for you to determine what's frustrating you about the current situation, and what you're afraid of, because fear is a big part of avoidance. We're afraid of facing something that we feel either is going to cause us to have to maybe take responsibility for something, maybe we need to deal with some ego issues. And I think for growth, personal growth, we do need to take an opportunity to look at our spaces that we're in and be more proactive in terms of taking control. And that's self-compassion in a reverse kind of a way, because you could be actually giving yourself an opportunity to embrace a challenge, and it can bring growth and peace for you in that way as well. And then also seeking supportive spaces. So that's another idea that you can think about during this hectic period of time. Even if you have to be spending a lot of time around people that and family members, et cetera, that maybe you don't get along with that well, or maybe you don't just even have anything in common with, at least seeing where you can find some sort of a refuge somewhere. Maybe at least one person that you can invite if you've got a plus one and you have to go somewhere that you really don't want to go, but at least have that emotional security of having someone that gets you, that's in your space for the period of time that you have to be there, is something to think about. And then, of course, if you can't help it and you have to show up somewhere, plan a way that you can exit the space early. So maybe already have something else lined up. You've already decided, okay, I'm only going to be here for an hour, and you have something that you actually hopefully have to do afterwards. So you have to take the exit out. But giving yourself that out is a healthy way, because again, if it's a toxic situation or around people who just don't make you feel good, no need to suffer through that if you don't have to do that. And then another area in terms of looking at how you can power through these holidays is to engage in mindfulness. So you take the time out, again, with taking the breaks and the rests, to meditate and to build this into a regular practice is really good. But if you can just do that in between maybe the hectic times and places and spaces that you're in, uh, maybe you need to go take an exit outside, take a walk or something like that. But the opportunity for you to be by yourself is good for you, and just have some non-negotiable time for this. So for instance, let's say you've decided you're going to do most of your cooking on the day before the big event. And then you say, I'm going to be done with cooking by this certain time. And then you've given yourself, after that period of time, either the rest of the day or an hour or two or whatever, to just be by yourself. And it's non-negotiable time. Nobody gets to come and invade your space. Even if you have guests over, whatever it is, you're taking that time, you're going in your room and reading a book or whatever. So you have the opportunity to reset. And that's, again, a way for you to power back up, get that energy back in your space. Okay, so those are the main areas there of interest that I think is going to be important for you to look at in terms of how you're going to power through the holidays. So that piece is going to be really important. So now I want to invite my friend, Abena Otudor. She is she's been my resident health expert for a really, really long time. We are very dear friends, and I was really excited having her be a part of this, because I felt this time of year was going to be a really good opportunity for her to share some of her ideas and her thoughts in terms of healthful living. She is a vegan lifestyle coach. She is a certified holistic health consultant. She's had 20 years experience in plant-based eating and living, and she's 23 years of vegan experience and is an instructor, and she's been coached by world-renowned health gurus such as Queen Afua. And she's just really been a major inspiration for me as I have been on this health journey myself. The one thing I really appreciated was just having someone to go along this journey and just teach me a lot of things, because I just really didn't know a lot. It's really interesting because when I tried to get the to go through this plant-based lifestyle some time ago, well, many years ago, like a couple decades ago, wanting to do this, and I found it was such a my children were really frustrated with me because I really didn't. There weren't all that many options at the time either, but I found that I was really trying to see how I could do things a little bit differently. And so what because all we were doing was eating beans and things and it was really a frustration for them because they were getting tired of eating the same things all the time. And I was, and I understood. I just was trying to figure out how I was going um, to bring to bring that opportunity to get a different aspect and a different variety into the meals and things that I was fixing, because it was really frustrating for them, frustrating for me. So once I made I moved into learning a little bit more and bringing more variety to what I wanted to do in terms of preparing meals and things like that. I was able to connect with her, and it was just so timely that we had that synergy, because she was in that space and was already able to help me come through that. So I am going to see if I can get her in here, because I don't see her right now. And let's see, let's see, I'm going to mute myself here. Okay, so we had a little bit of a technical blip on my end, but she should be in here shortly. And she's got some great tips for you and opportunities for you to learn how to get prepared, because we don't always have to do the same things the same way all the time. And that's one of the things, actually, one of the first big opportunities I had to exercise my um, new way of eating was through preparing a vegan Thanksgiving meal. And so I just love that I had that as a backup. I had that as something that um, I could do differently, and I could make the same types of things that I normally would in a non-vegan way. I can make them in a vegan way. So, without further ado, here is my sister. Hey, hey, hey.
How are you?
I am good. My major apologies.
No worries, no worries.
But glad you're here now. And so I don't know if you heard the intro, but I did.
I did. I
And
was like, who is that? Oh, it's me.
yes, I bow down to the guru
Thank you,
of health
thank
and
you, thank
wellness.
you. And likewise, thank you. What a warm, very genuine and welcoming introduction. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I just loved everything that you're doing. I see now why you have the title of high performance coach, because you just give so much good information. I'm just sitting here taking notes, right?
Oh, I'm honored.
One of the I'm going to highlight three things that you shared with me that really kind of helped to uh, jar some things in my mind,
Mm-hmm,
because they really kind of relate to some things that I'm going to share tonight.
mm-hmm,
The one thing that you said was you have to have the self compassion. I love that,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because with the self compassion comes knowing your limits,
Absolutely.
and you gotta know you. The ancient Kemetic temples, they had know thyself.
Mm.
So if you don't know yourself,
Mhm. Yeah.
you're going to be all flustered and all, stressed out over the holidays. They say, go shop. You're going to go shop. They say, eat a big dinner and get the big itis. You're going to do that because you're
Mm-hmm,
not taking the time to check in,
mm-hmm.
to know your limits, and to have
Absolutely.
that compassion to say, okay, I've had enough.
Mm-hmm,
It's time to pull back now.
mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's so important. And
Mm-hmm,
another thing you said was take personal responsibility.
mm-hmm,
Take personal responsibility.
mm-hmm.
You have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to do that. How else are you going to power through the holidays? How are
Mm-hmm.
you going to power through your life
Mm-hmm.
if
Absolutely.
you don't take personal responsibility?
Mm-hmm.
And we all mess up, but when you do it, own it. I did that. And it's
Absolutely.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever, if you wrong someone or if you righted someone,
Mm-hmm.
either way,
Mm-hmm.
everybody is going to get through it.
Absolutely.
So, that personal responsibility, own it, own your
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Mm-hmm.
in other words. And the other
Absolutely.
thing you said was one of my all-time favorites is rest.
Yes.
Rest.
Yeah. I learned how to do that with
Rest.
you. Absolutely.
OMG. I took a nap today, by the way, in
Oh,
preparation for this
good.
talk tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, there's nothing like a nap in the afternoon. I'm
Mm.
telling you.
Yeah.
Because when um you sit down and you just take the time to woosah
Mm-hmm.
and you collecting your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
you're better equipped to power through, to come
Mm-hmm.
back um, with a plan, a purpose, be on point, have
Mm-hmm.
energy to power through. Because if
Absolutely.
you keep going and giving and giving and giving
Mm-hmm.
and doing and doing and doing,
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting rest, and you fizzle out.
Mm-hmm.
You're worn out, you
Absolutely.
know. So you have to um, know the balances,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
things that when you feel like you're getting stressed, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment. If you feel like you're getting stressed and frazzled, it's time to rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a quick tip, because you had spoke about talking you talked about for the holidays, if you're cooking too much, or you're doing too much, you're going here there. Here's a tip: if you know that you have to cook all day, if
Mm-hmm.
you know that you have to shop all day, if you know that you're going to be busy, give yourself permission to pull up a chair at the table.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to stand wrapping those packages. You don't have to stand at the
Mm-hmm.
counter, kitchen counter, chopping and cutting, slicing and dicing
Mm-hmm.
for 3, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it.
Yes, I
I'm
know.
telling you what I've done. And I had aching knees at
Mm-hmm.
the end of that time.
End of
It
it.
was fun.
Yeah.
My family enjoyed the food.
Yeah.
They were rubbing their bellies. But I was so tired by the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to check in with yourself
Mm-hmm.
and say, how can I do this a little bit differently?
Mm-hmm.
How can I do it a little bit better, so that I'm not so fatigued, I'm not so tired,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so
Yeah.
drained at the end. So
Yeah.
I want to thank you for sharing those tips. Let me see: self-compassion, taking personal responsibility, and rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's it.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
My
that
pleasure.
so
I'm
much.
excited to hear yours. Yeah.
So let me tell you who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I love our people, just like my sister does. She starts
Mm-hmm.
a lot of her videos with that. I love our people.
Mm-hmm.
I have a particular focus on Black women, but I tell you, I am your vegan and plant-based lifestyle coach. I will work with anyone that wants to up level their health, to transform their eating, to better their health. Because when you make a transformation in any area of your life, and I start with the healthy side
Mm-hmm.
of things, then that's the lays the groundwork for you to make a transformation in any area of your life.
That's right.
So I'm here for you. I'm here
Mm-hmm.
for you. Just a little bit about what I'm about to do, and Diane is going to help me as I go through the process of working with my students. I'm coming up with a course. Actually, it's 3 courses. They're the same course, but I wanted to make it convenient. It's Harmony on Your Plate, a Black woman's vegan and plant-based 8-week guide for the holidays. Now, Diane, the title for tonight is, you talked about what's your plan to power through for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
A plan implies that there's a process. There are 1, 2, 3 steps to take to
Mm-hmm.
get you to your desired goal to
Mm-hmm.
power through. Okay. So in my class, I'm going to help Black women. And when I say that, understand that Black women help those that they love. They help their
Mm-hmm.
mates, they help their children. So don't feel slighted in any way if this video reaches your ears. You're like, oh, I want help too. You can have it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here for you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise you, because when we get something and we run with it and we think it's good, we're telling the world, we're telling the
Mm-hmm.
community, we're telling everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
here for you as well. The courses will be taught on the first course will start November the 28th. That's next week, Tuesday. You got a week to get on in that course. It's gonna be an evening course. We got the other course starts on Saturday. That's going to be a morning course. That's December 2nd, and the final course offering. And keep in mind that they're all the same courses, just teaching them at different times for your convenience. Is going to be December the 14th. That's a Thursday. It's going to be in the evening around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
So with this course, we're going to take a lot of the guesswork out of the holidays for you. Okay, we're gonna, for those that enroll in the course, you're going to get a suggested menu plan. Okay, for those
Mhm.
that stay the course, they're going to get holiday recipes that will help them so that they don't have to say take the traditional uh, dishes and trying to figure out how to make them plant-based or how to make
Mhm.
them vegan.
Oh,
I'm
we
going
talked
to
about that. Yeah.
I'm going to help you with that
Mhm.
to make it easier. See, this is what we want to do. We want to buck tradition in
Mhm.
terms of the old way of doing the holidays. Lots of money spent, lots of stressing going on, lots of trying to figure things out, dealing with the children,
Mhm.
running here, shopping there. No,
Yeah.
we want to do it differently this year. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, we want you to really be focused about your health. Okay. We want to take it out of the realm of policy and getting access, and all of those are important. But for you here, and as you, if you decide that you would like to take my course and want to go further with some discussions, we want you to be your own health advocate.
Mhm. Mhm.
We want you to win in this game of health.
Mhm.
And the way to do that, here's a tip for you. We want you to eat the rainbow.
Mhm.
Abena, I've heard that before. What does that really mean? It's way more than just having a pretty plate. Because
Mhm.
remember, the title of my course is Harmony on Your Plate.
Mhm. Mhm.
We're not harmonizing our plate to get the best health results. So I want you to be your best health advocate and start with putting harmony on your plate by putting the different colors on your plate. The different colors represent the macro and micronutrients that your body needs to survive.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
need kale. You need, because kale has calcium. Did you know that kale also has protein?
Mhm.
Kale has is rich in vitamins and minerals that your body needs. It's not just, a popular thing to eat because, everybody's doing kale and kale chips. It's good for the body.
Mhm.
It's great for the body. I love a kale salad. I had
Mhm.
some kale last night. We'll probably go in the fridge in a moment and get some more kale.
Mhm.
But I want you to be intentional about your eating.
Mhm.
Get as many fresh fruits and vegetables as you can get in your body. Why? Because when you cook things, you're changing the composition of the food. I'm not saying don't eat cooked food. That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Have some crunch in your food, okay?
Mhm.
Especially if it's something like, well, I mentioned kale, something crunchy like carrots, okay? Don't cook them until they're just mush.
Mhm.
Still have some crispness in the kale. Why? Because it's going to be have more nutritional value. Because
Mhm.
as we cook out the nutritional value. The more we cook it, the longer we cook it, the less nutritional value there is.
Mhm.
So stir fry.
Mhm.
Stir frying is good. still have some life left in the vegetables, because then your body can recognize it. Oh, this is a carrot. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I can break this down, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to just, you know, mush.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's unappealing and unappetizing too. And
Uh-huh.
that's the other thing, Abena, free to address, because I think that there are misconceptions still in terms of the fact that people think that they give something up when they're making those substitutions, right? So we think
Mhm.
about this time of year and, around the things that people gather around the table, with the proteins like you were mentioning, and,
Mhm.
and the, some of the maybe even desserts and things, right?
Mhm.
And how can you talk a little bit as to what are some of the misconceptions I think that people have about a vegan lifestyle or plant-based lifestyle, and how you can incorporate or introduce even maybe one dish, like let's say during the holiday meal, the holiday season, during a meal, that can maybe be easy to prepare, and then it's also giving you an entree into doing what was traditionally maybe not a plant-based meal or dish into a plant-based dish.
Mhm. Well, one of the things that is kind of fun for me to deal with is tofu. A lot
Mm.
of people shy away from tofu because they don't know what on earth it is, what to do with it,
Mhm.
how it's gonna fill them up.
Yeah, mhm.
But there are so many tofu dishes. If you want to go the easy route and don't want to try to figure out how to cook it,
Mhm.
you can buy already prepared tofu. All you have to do is slice it up. You can fry it or you can bake it, but it's a wonderful protein um, item. It will
Mhm.
give you plenty of protein. It will give you that full filling,
Mhm.
and it's a healthy version of protein.
Mhm. Mhm.
So matter of fact, uh, my play daughters, I taught them how to make fried tofu, right?
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
And they got so into it. Like Friday nights was their thing. They made fried tofu. And I'd be doggone. It smells like, y'all done lit the house up with chicken. But it wasn't. It's just that they learned, what I taught them very well. And they seasoned it so well that it tasted like chicken and it smelled, just like chicken.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, because I think one of the things that what tofu really lends itself to is absorbing whatever it's cooked in, or
Mhm.
or whatever it's prepared with.
Mhm.
And so the assumption is, because it is a bean curd and it does in and of itself is very bland and tasteless,
Mhm.
um, but that you actually can prepare it in ways that makes it very flavorful and enjoyable, and even to the texture, as you
Mhm.
were describing before. I've seen the ways that sometimes they're the Asians, the way the Asians prepare it.
Mhm.
And if you've gone to Asian restaurants and stuff, and I would look at that and figure, how did they get it so crunchy? And how did they, it actually is enjoyable texture wise in your mouth. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
tofu
yeah,
is a
yeah.
really good one.
Oh man, there
Yeah.
there there are so many different ways that we can dress things up,
Mm.
to
What
make
do you
it.
think about the pre-prepared, um, like the tofurkey and stuff? Can you talk about that a little bit?
It depends on where you are in your plant-based journey.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just trying it out, and you're trying to ease on into the plant-based field, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Try it. The tofurkey is just that, it's tofurkey that looks in. similar to turkey
Mm-hmm.
in texture and taste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go for that. Go for that. Definitely go for that. Um, you want to kind of, as you be get further along into the plant-based vegan journey, to decrease your reliance on packaged foods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good for a start, but over time, over years, you want to experiment with making things more on your own from scratch, because that way you know exactly what's in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can control the amount of salt, the amount of seasonings, because remember, packaged things have more salt and more sugar added.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to keep that in mind.
Wow.
But if you're trying to get to the spot where Uncle Joe's coming over, and he loves a good turkey, but Uncle Joe's got high blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
help Uncle
Mm-hmm.
Joe out. Cut him a
Right.
slice of tofurkey.
Yeah.
Help him out.
So that you're mentioning that, is there a like recommended path? Like maybe when you have your conversations with folks that you consult, do you and they this isn't this it's a transition that they want to make, but they're hesitant about it. Do you have some recommended way that people start so that they're able to give themselves the best chances of continuing with it? You know what I
Yes,
mean? Mhm.
yes. Go slow.
Yeah.
Don't say that, oh yeah, okay, my blood pressure is 180 and I got to go plant-based tomorrow. It's not going to work.
Okay. Okay.
Because you've been eating one way most of your life, and your body's going to have time to adjust.
Mhm.
So we would start you out on a first of all, we would get your health stats to see where you are,
Mhm.
because you really, some health conditions are very, very uh, intense and life threatening, and you have to consult with your doctor before you make any changes.
Mm.
um, but if let's say it's your health is decent and you want to lose a few pounds, I
Mhm.
can help walk you through that.
Mm. Okay.
Let's say if you're trying to get your blood pressure down, we definitely have to get the exercise in. um, and, and we need to think differently even about the exercise.
Mhm.
We need to think more about movement versus exercise, and getting in the habit of moving.
Mm.
you know
Okay.
Something fun for me is walking on the treadmill
Mhm.
and dancing.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when I go dancing, as you well know, Diane,
Mhm. Yes, I do.
I stay on the dance floor.
That's right.
Not only is it fun for me, I'm getting exercise too. So that's a win-win-win-win.
Mhm. Mhm.
I do that purposefully and intentionally, because I want to burn off those calories, and I want to keep my body moving.
Mhm.
Sometimes if I walk in an office building, per se, I'll just take the stairs versus the
Mhm.
elevator if I have time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just to keep my body moving and keep
Mhm.
those muscles stretched.
Mhm.
Um, but we were talking about the the um, um, the diet, and how to ease people in.
Mhm.
Now, if you're already vegan and you just want some up level tips, I got you. I
Mhm.
got you. Your path to up leveling, to where you need to go, is probably going to be shorter if you're already vegan,
Mm.
versus if you're new in the plant based space.
Mhm.
And when I say, plant based is what's trending now,
Mhm.
and it's very much akin to being vegetarian. Some vegetarians will still eat fish.
Mhm.
You know, they're really pescatarians.
Right. That's me.
But but
Mhm.
plant-based, really, plant-based folks really do can will include some meat products in their diet.
Mhm.
um, no harm, no foul, no judgment.
Okay. Okay.
we we are where we are, right?
Mhm,
I
mhm,
can help, walk you through whether you're just starting on the path, you want to be plant-based, you want to be vegan. I can help you if you want to go raw and live food. I mean,
mhm.
you just tell me what you want to
What you
do,
wanna
and I can help you reach the goal. But
mhm,
depending upon your health status, your weight, your age, um, even your gender, all these things will play into how we customize a program just for you. Because, and I am your plant-based coach. I do one-on-one coaching in addition to the group coaching that I'm going to do, starting November 28th. I do the one-on-ones if you want that specific um, training built just for you to take you not only through the holidays but even beyond the holidays.
absolutely.
Um,
And so do you have any success stories maybe that you can share from some other folks, your clients, and even your own story? Because I don't think we talked about that, your journey. I mean, I did mention, how long you were on this path, but what brought you to it? Maybe you can talk a little bit about that, and then maybe talk about what some success stories have been for folks that you've worked with.
well, let me see. Success stories. Success stories. Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Um, when I first started on this journey, it was it was touch and go because I was by myself trying to figure it out.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I noticed the people that I hung around with, um, that the food tastes pretty good,
Mm.
and I'm like, hmm, I didn't think that vegetarian food was this tasty. I thought that they were just eating grass and tree bark and it looked boring.
Mhm.
But I found out that it actually was very tasty. And so I started eating more and more vegetarian dishes and more vegetarian dishes. And the weight was just falling off me.
Wow.
I wasn't even, I wouldn't go, I didn't have time to go to the gym, or in my head, I rationalized not going to the gym, being busy and involved with whatever I was involved with at the time. This is some
Mhm.
years ago. And I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Mhm.
And so I think I dropped about, I don't know, 10 pounds in the course of a month or two.
Wow.
Just,
That's a whole
eating.
dress size. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah. Just,
Mhm.
wanting to be cute. And I'm like, this vegetarian stuff is not bad. It really, really tastes good. And
Mhm.
so, that I considered, my entry into vegetarianism, or, plant-based living and eating.
Mhm.
And I found that the more I did it, the easier it got.
Mm.
We have this notion in our heads about why something will work or won't work, or it can't work, or it's too much trouble. You're never too much trouble to have a healthier version of you, to
Abs-
have a better version of you. Just like over time you can build bad health or you can build good health. You
Mhm.
can pay on the back end or you can pay on the front end. But either way, you're gonna pay. Either
Mhm.
way, you're gonna build a life of some kind of health. I
Mhm.
personally choose to build a life of good health.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
want, when I grow up and grow older, much
Mhm. Yeah.
older.
You're aging
um,
gracefully. Yes.
I want to have a good life, and I want my children to have a good life.
Mhm.
And the best way I can stack the odds in my favor is to take care of my health. The
Absolutely.
one thing I control and have success in is what's on my plate, what
Mhm.
I eat, what I consume.
Mhm.
You know, when you walk in a grocery store, my tip would be for your own personal success, go straight to the produce section. Do not stop past go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to the
Mhm.
produce and
Mhm.
fruit section. Fill up your cart with fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
And then when you go to the center aisles, and don't ever go to the grocery store hungry, big mistake.
Oh yeah.
When you go to the center aisles, you know, let it just be, you know, throwing something here, or you know, a wrap here, some rice, some beans, you know, some seeds, some nuts, some olive oil, some avocado oil, some coconut oil, the healthy oils. Let it be good stuff that your body can recognize as food, and let it be your personal self-help um, success journey for you every week when you go to the grocery store. That would be my success thing for you.
Mhm.
Look, let me get into some long-term solutions, and then you know I'll wrap up.
Mhm.
um you talked about the stressors. Stress can kill y'all. It's
Mhm.
so important that you de-stress, and you know, even if you can't lay down and take a nap and just get that rest, you
Mhm.
don't have to be around situations and people that stress you out all the time. You can take a break, you can take a walk, you
Mhm.
can do some deep breathing right at your desk, right at the kitchen table, right where you are. Take
Mhm.
those deep breaths. You can
Mhm.
meditate, you know, but you got to keep stress at a minimum. If we don't even breathe correctly, we take shallow breaths, and we're not oxygenating our bodies when we do that, and that helps to elevate the stress level.
Mhm.
So breathe deep
Mhm.
and remove yourself from any potential stressors. You start to feel those knots rising up in your stomach, it's time to take a break. You know, count in your head to 10. You know, they could be standing right in front of you, talking and acting crazy. Deep breathing and just count to 10.
Mhm.
Walk away if you need to.
Mhm.
But you do what you need to do. Your self-care is so important. You
Mhm.
have to do that. Delegate. Take some time to delegate. There's a lot going on during the holiday times. We're, you know, we've already said how the rustle and bustle of
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
Intentionally take some time to delegate. And if you can't delegate and it's all on you, it doesn't have to be all on you.
Mhm.
Take some things off your plate. Give yourself permission. Look, I don't have to cook 2 turkeys this year. I'm cooking one and that's it.
That's right.
We'll eat, we'll eat the rest vegetables.
Mhm.
No, I'm not taking Auntie Gertrude. I love you, but I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. this year.
Mhm.
I'll pick you up at 10 so I can get some sleep. Okay?
Yeah.
You got you got to do that for yourself. You know,
Mhm.
I'm a risk taker, and I'm one for breaking tradition
Mhm.
if it's not working for you in your best
Absolutely.
interest.
Yeah.
Some traditions, great, they're good to keep. If you want that sweet potato pie, make it. Try it vegan this time. You'll like it. I
Mm.
promise.
Ah.
uh, but you know, traditions are great as long as they're working for you.
Mhm.
But when you find that they're not,
Mhm.
give yourself permission to do something different.
Mhm.
And the last thing I want to say is check in with the source, check in with the one that created you. Know that you are a child of God, and you can take that knowledge and stay rooted and grounded. Love your family,
Mhm.
you know, but love them. Sometimes you have to love them at arm's length.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can just wrap your arms around them
Mhm.
and love them up close. But no, that they're a reflection of the Most High, just like you're a reflection of the Most High.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And know that, whatever shape, size, attitude they come with,
Mm-hmm.
you stay in peace and enjoy, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
they acting crazy, you don't have to act crazy with them.
Mm-hmm.
Smile, bless them, love them,
Mm-hmm.
help them to the degree that you can, and to the degree that they want help.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
if Uncle Billy done had one too many, just walk Uncle Billy on over to the recliner. Say, Uncle Billy, I'm gonna get you a Sprite, and I'm gonna sit you down, and you just relax in this recliner, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be right back. We just want you to sit still for a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
love. People, show your people some love. Show them
Mm-hmm.
for them strong.
Mm-hmm.
Show them for them powerful, and you're gonna help the whole family out by doing that,
That's
right?
that's
But
right.
think about how to exude love,
Mm-hmm.
exude joy, and bring that peace right on in for the holidays. If I can leave you with anything, is to leave you with that peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That peace.
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important because, see, we have to let you in on a little secret, Diane and I. This information that we're giving you will power you through the holidays and beyond. How about that?
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Diane, our time is ticking. So, unless you have something for me to share, you can get in touch with me at Woman Sacred 7, Woman Sacred 7 at yahoo.com,
Mm-hmm.
or you can call me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. You can give me a call, and we can I can put you on my Calendly calendar, and we can have an enrollment conversation. But definitely um, reach out for me at Woman Sacred 7 at Yahoo. Go ahead and get that done as soon as possible. If you're remotely interested in anything that I've shared tonight, I would love to get you into one of my upcoming courses. Um, Harmony on Your Plate, and it's specifically designed for Black women, but I will do coaching as your own personal, customized vegan and plant-based lifestyle coach. I will definitely help you out,
Mm-hmm.
whoever you are, wherever you are.
Thank you so much, sister. We're gonna work on getting Abena a page where we could just drop a link and have you go straight to that page and get all the information that you need. But I am gonna put her contact information in the description. Didn't do that before, but I'm going to do that once we're done here so that you can have that as a reference to go back and get. But sister, thank you so very much for being here today, for sharing, for being you as a ray of sunshine, as you always are, bringing such great energy and just such a love for our people. So that's I think how we began our decades long relationship, because that's something that I think you modeled so well for me, and it really helped me to kind of click in even deeper in something that I think I already had, and then being able to kind of be here in this space with you right now. It's almost like a full circle sort of kind of moment. So I thank you so much. Love you bunches for your energy and for the love that you have and everything that you shared here, and really wanting um, to have people recognize that this is the energy that I want on this platform. This is what I want this space to be, that we are coming together, engaging, giving great tips and strategies and things that we're doing, but we're all doing it from a place of love, as you were just talking about, because we need each other. This collaboration piece is how we're going to elevate, and that's something that you reinforced force for me over the years that I've seen you do it. So once again, you've been an incredible role model, and I love you and thank you so much for your time.
Likewise.
All right.
Good night.
So that's my sister. I thank her so much for being part of what I'm doing here today, and really hopefully that she's given you some really great tips to help you move into a space of peace and of empowerment as we're moving into a very challenging time of year. So I will be back next week, Wednesday, on our regular day of broadcasting. And in the meantime, please make sure that you check out the videos that I have up on this on my page here. And please share if you have any feedback on this video or any of the other videos that I have done. Have any topics for lives that you would like for me to do, please let me know that as well. And I am, again, really so very grateful to you. I do hope that you have a fabulous um, gathering time on Thursday. For those of you who do celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that it is a time of peace. I hope that you will take these tips to heart and that they are going to be very helpful for you as you are moving into the holiday season. And so, again, with that, I will see you next week, Wednesday. Please stay safe and blessed. Thank you.